What do you get when you threaten the president, the first lady, and the House Speaker?
Huwag kang mag-alala, ma'am, sa security ko. Kasi may kinausap na ako na tao. Sinabi ko sa kanya, kapag pinatay ako, patayin mo si BBM, si Lisa Araneta, at si Martin Romualdez. No joke. No joke. Nagbilin na ako, ma'am. Pag namatay ako, sabi ko, huwag ka tumigil hanggang hindi mo mapatay sila. And then he said yes.
In a fit of rage kasi nakulong yung aide mo.
Putang ina ninyong lahat. Martin Romualdez, Lisa Marcos, Bongbong Marcos.
The chair declares the sufficiency in substance of Zabala et al. Impeachment complaint. So ruled. The chair declares the Cabrera impeachment complaint sufficient in substance. So ruled.
No sino nga naman ang sira sa ulo na panonoorin yung buong impeachment trial ni VP Sara na umaabot ng ilang oras over the course of 3 days every week for apparently 30 weeks o lagpas kalahating taon. By the way, ang ibig sabihin niyan, malala ang Senado for 30 weeks para lang sa impeachment.
Now sa pagbukas ng ikalawang linggo ng impeachment trial ni VP Sara, tulad noong unang linggo, iisa ang kanilang sinasabi. Mayroong double standard ang PNP, NBI at DOJ sa pagpili ng mga iniimbestigahang kaso dahil hindi raw nila binibigyan ng pansin ang mga threats laban kay VP Sara.
The supposed offended parties in this case would be President Bongbong Marcos, the First Lady Lisa Marcos, the former Speaker of the House Martin Romualdez.
Yes, sir.
Did President Marcos appear before the NBI during its investigation?
No, sir.
My question is, if you know, did the President file any criminal complaint against the Vice President?
I have no personal knowledge, sir.
Did you really investigate this case?
Oh, you're
Withdrawn, Your Honor.
argumentative,
Withdrawn.
Your Honor, please.
Withdrawn.
Did you really investigate this?
Now let's discuss the nature of the investigation you conducted. You claimed in your affidavit, sir, that affidavit of investigation, that the NBI began its investigation into the VP's remarks because it was directed by the DOJ to do so.
Motu proprio and directed, sir.
Okay. Do you understand what you just said, sir?
Oh,
Yes, sir.
Oh. Can I
I'm
object to that,
asking,
Your
sir.
Honor, please? That's
I'm asking, sir, it
argumentative.
makes sense, Your Honor.
Argumentative counsel, move on.
Mutu proprio, sir, means...
Oh, no, objection. You cannot lecture counsel. This is
Sir, what does
cross-examination.
you mentioned mutu proprio. What does it mean?
Even without a complainant, we started the investigation, sir.
Are you sure, sir?
Oh, argumentative. Are you sure,
get-
sir?
Move on,
Are
counsel.
you sure,
move on.
sir?
How...
Case in point raw ay ang tinaguriang Operation Romanov na sinasabing nagdedetalye ng mga plano para ipawalang parang bula ang mga Duterte sa Pilipinas and the national political stage. What that entails, we don't know. Maybe it's just a revolution kung saan mapapatalsik sila or massacre them. Who knows anymore? Pero ano ba yung Operation Romanov, or at the very least, what does it look like it entails? Well, nagmula ito sa dating namumuno sa Russia, si Tsar Nicholas II, ang huling Caesar ng Russia. Nang nagkaroon kasi ng revolusyon, pinatalsik ng mga Bolshevik o mga komunista sa pangunguna ni Vladimir Lenin noong 1917 sa kasagsagan ng World War I ang kanilang hari at royal family, kung saan ginamit ng pamilya ang apelyidong Romanov. Ginamit ng pamilya ang kanilang, talagang magiging apelyido kung hindi sila royals na Romanov. Pinatapon sila sa kalagitnaan ng Siberia sa Russia kung saan nananatili sila doon sa Ipatiev House. Pero the very next year, sila ay in-execute ng mga revolusyonaryo. Akala nga nila nung una, pipicturean lang sila for posterity para makita ng tao na ito yung dating royal family sa Russia. Pero nagulat na lang at baril ang hawak ng kanilang mga soldiers imbes na camera. Pero bakit ba biglang napunta ito sa cultural zeitgeist ng ating bansa? Well, simple lang. Nabanggit raw kasi ito doon sa mismong press conference ni VP Sara kung saan binanggit ng isang vlogger na nanggangalang Princess Maui ang Operation Romanov na banta umano kay VP Sara, which directly led to VP Sara going on a rant. At ayun nga, ang pagdidisclose niya na meron na raw siyang kinausap para patayin si Bongbong, si Liza at si Martin.
Thank you, ma'am. Nakakain kami. Ako po ay natatakot kumain ng pagkain doon baka mamaya. Ma'am, mag-iingat po kayo. Nasa teritoryo kayo ng kalaban.
Okay
Nag-aalala
naman
po
dito,
kami.
ma'am, kasi sila naman sila talaga yung bastos eh. You read what you
Okay.
saw.
Yeah. Mag-iingat po kayo kasi sa dinami-rami po ng inyong mga pasabog ngayong gabi, it seems like marami po talaga kayong alam about them, no? Dahil sa pagkakasama niyo sa kanila during the campaign and during the 2022 elections. Baka po mamaya kasi totoo yung mga naririnig namin or yung, I don't know if it's true, na meron daw silang Operation Romanovs and baka bala kayong ubusin ang inyong pamilya dahil hadlang kayo sa kanilang mga balaki in the future. So mag-iingat po kayo.
Pero ngayon na may konteksto na tayo sa sinasabing Operation Romanov kuno, makikita natin yung gustong iparating ng kampo ni VP Sara. Kapag may threat sa Vice Presidente, hindi raw to sineseryoso. Binawasan pa nga siya ng seguridad dahil sa hidwaan ni Sara at Marcos, especially nung nag-resign si Sara as the Secretary of Education sa DepEd.
Earlier today, June 19, 2024, I sought an audience with the President and tendered my resignation as the Secretary of Education effective July 19, 2024. I have given my 30-day notice to ensure the proper and orderly transition for the benefit of the next Secretary. Mga kababayan, ang aking pagbibitiw ay hindi lulan ng kahinaan, kundi dala ng tunay na malasakit para sa ating mga guro at kabataang Pilipino.
Pero maaalala natin na noong July 2024, bago yung press conference that changed the world, tinanggalan na siya ng 75 pulis na naka-assign sa kanyang seguridad. Kawawa naman, from 400 plus to just 300 plus na lang. Kawawa talaga. Kasi, again, 300 na lang yung kanyang seguridad. Not to mention the fact na si Lenny nga, as VP, 78 lang.
Mr. Witness, aware ba kayo at one point in time, I just don't remember what date was it, na pinulled out yung certain numbers of security personnel ni VP Sara?
Yes, Your Honor. Based on the news, may nakita po kami noon.
When was that? When did it happen?
2024 yata, yung 75 PNP personnel
Correct.
from BPSPG, sir.
Was that before the utterance of VP Sara in sa press con or after?
Before, sir.
Before.
I think that's before, sir.
So would it be possible na because of that, nakapag-isip siya na meron threat against her life because yung security niya being pulled out and walang binigay na reason kung bakit, kaya maaaring iniisip niya na, well, medyo sabi nga sakali na praning at
Very much possible, sir. Po, yun po.
but hindi niyo ba inimbestigahan bakit na pinull out yung security details niya?
May nakita ho kami, sir, doon sa November 26 na video, kung nalimutan ko lang yung timestamp niya, may sinasabi siyang issue sa security niya doon nga sa BPSPG, parang from military attached unit, ginawang under na ng Presidential Security Command,
Ang malupit pa doon, they decried political persecution sa pagtatanggal sa kanya ng kanyang security. Pero mas marami pa yung bodyguards ni VP Sara kung ikukumpara sa presidente the very next month.
Ano yung naging dahilan? At kanino galing yung order para i-pull out yung ilang numbers of security details niya, particularly PNP, and then sabi nyo nga, yung sa PSG, nabawasan din ba base sa inyong investigasyon? Bakit nga po nangyari yon?
Yung sa
Anong nag-trigger noon?
Opo, yung sa 75, ang naalala ko po sa news, parang inilipat ho sila, Your Honor, sa Manila kasi mayroong issue ng kailangan nilang i-augment dahil may peace and order issue sa Manila. So yun ang nakita kong na nasa news na ginawa ng PNP o reason ng PNP bakit mayroong ganong pullout. Then nung nakita ko namin, ilan na lang yung natira sa Vice Presidente. Nung chinek ko namin yung news, yung per record ng COA, if I'm not mistaken, meron pa siyang 335 na security personnel.
So marami pang naiwan.
Yes po, Your Honor. And
Okay.
in fact, kung di ako nagkakamali, narinig ko po yung sinabi ni Honorable Boying Rimulya na yung bilang na yan, mas marami pa doon sa bilang ng mga security personnel ng presidente. So nakita ko namin na hindi siya sufficient para maging valid basis ng investigation.
But to prove the point, sinabi ng NBI na inimbestigahan pa rin nila yung Operation Romanov na yan. Pero nang in-interview si Going back to Honolulu just to get that Princess Maui, oh Princess Maui. Unreliable daw ang impormasyong ibinigay ni Princess Maui.
One or two quick questions.
You may proceed, sir.
On the issue of Princess Maui.
Opo.
And itong investigasyon na sinasabing inimbestigahan ba yung threat against the Vice President. Kung hypothetically dumating si Princess Maui at nagpaliwanag tungkol sa Operation Romanov at sinabi niya ang detalye,
Yes, sir.
kikilos ba ang
Definitely,
cybercrime?
sir. Definitely.
Ano ang gagawin ninyo kung nakuha ninyo yung ganong klaseng impormasyon?
We will validate the information first, sir.
Ang problema, sabi nga ninyo kanina, hindi nga humarap.
Opo, sir.
But as in any other case, kung may humarap at pinag-usapan at sinabi ganito yung threat, what is the standard operating procedure of the NBI?
We validate first the information, sir. And then pag confirm na, then we will start case build-up, sir.
Thank you.
Ano dyan?
Thank you.
Senator Judge Erwin Tulfo, what is your pleasure, sir?
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Just want to direct my question to the witness here.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yung Romanov plot, well, aside from what Senator Judge Tulfo said, that came from Baste, but I picked it up doon sa video na pinalabas kanina ng defense,
Yes, Your Honor.
yung Romanov plot versus Sara, according to Princess Maui. Did you take that information seriously or not?
Yes, Your Honor. That's the reason why nung marinig namin, o makita namin yung question ni Princess Maui about the Romanov, we conducted an open source investigation. Tinignan ho namin baka meron. Ayun nga, ang nakita namin yung January 2024 during Maisog Rally, if I'm not mistaken, na yung the word Romanov, ang nagbigay noon si Mayor Baste, Your Honor.
Alright. So, yung statement ni Princess Maui sa video, how do you rate that info? Sa inyo po sa NBI, sa mga intelligence agencies, ano yung information po nyo? For example, ano yung information po nyo ay marinig po, A1, completely reliable, A2, completely reliable source information, B1, usually reliable source information, B2, usually reliable source information, C1, very reliable source information, C2, very reliable source information, D2, source doubtful, reliable, or reliability guesses. So, saan nyo nilagay? Yung sinabi ni Princess Maui, saan yung investigation po nyo?
Kung pwede na pong sumagot.
Go ahead po. Go ahead.
Sir, yung una po namin ginawa, we tried to invite Princess Maui to shed light doon sa sinasabi nilang Romanov. Since hindi ho nag-appear si Princess Maui, wala ho kaming basis. So, classify muna namin ito na non-validated information. Naghanap kami.
Ang malupit pa doon, nung inimbestigahan ng NBI, nagsimula raw gamitin ang term na Operation Romanov kay Davao City Mayor Baste Duterte doon sa prayer rally laban sa charter change which I actually supported. Kumaga opposition laban sa Peking PI o People's Initiative Chacha.
Kung pwede na pong sumagot.
Go ahead po. Go ahead.
Sir, yung una po namin ginawa, we tried to invite Princess Maui to shed light doon sa sinasabi nilang Romanov. Since hindi ho nag-appear si Princess Maui, wala ho kaming basis. So, classify muna namin ito na non-validated information. Naghanap kami sa open source. Yun nga, ang nakita namin, ang unang nagbigkas niyan, si Mayor Baste. So, medyo nakita namin, teka muna, parang baliktad yata ang sitwasyon. Kung kay Mayor Baste nagsimula ang Romanov, bakit dito ito yung tinatanong ni Princess Maui sa Vice Presidente? So, medyo it doesn't make sense, sir. Wala kaming na-validate since hindi nag-appear si Princess Maui. So, we classify the information as unvalidated
So
information.
what you did, nung hindi mo ma-confirm yung kay Princess Maui information, naghanap ka ng
Opo.
counter source,
Yes, sir. Open source, sir.
open source, okay, to validate.
Yes, sir.
And what happened to that source?
Yeah, based doon sa video na yon, January, if I'm not mistaken, yun nga, yung Maisog Rally, Your Honor, ang unang nagbanggit ng Romanov, si Mayor Baste, parang tinatakot niya yung presidente.
Okay,
Doon.
Mr. Witness, I'm running out of time. So isa lang pong tanong ko. So yung information po ni Princess Maui dun sa video, yung sinabi niya kay BP, hindi po reliable.
Hindi reliable insofar as the Cybercrime Division is concerned,
Thank
sir.
you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
The interventions of the Senator Judge are noted.
Pero bakit ba? Freedom of speech naman, di ba? Well, ayon kay Attorney Lotok, the second witness ng prosecution, kung papabayaan natin na freedom of speech lang yon, paano kung may ibang grupo na pumatay kay VP Sara? E di magti-trigger yung kontrata ni VP Sara. E paano kung pinatay si BBM, Liza Araneta at Martin Romualdez? Sinong masisisi? Diba si VP Sara o kaya yung mga Duterte kahit na hindi sila pinatay?
Your Honor, Attorney Lotak, you are aware of the defense.
Yes.
That is a freedom of expression. Okay. In your investigation, did you consider this, if at all, and if any?
Objection, Your Honor, leader.
There's basis, if at all, if any.
Witness may answer.
Yes, of course, Your Honor. We consider that whether magfo-fall ba siya sa confines ng freedom of speech.
And what was your finding? That's the basis now. What was your finding?
Well, una, three reasons, Your Honor, if kung okay lang. Una, when the second highest official of the land openly and publicly uttered that she had already contracted a person to kill the highest official of the land, the First Lady and the former Speaker, and that she instructed the person to be relentless in killing them, we failed to see any amount of freedom of speech in that utterances, Your Honor. That's number one. Number two, we talk to ourselves. If we allow the argument that it is within the bounds of freedom of speech, if we allow that to become the norms of our society, then who would prevent anybody from doing the same to anyone? Pwede na pong sabihin, patayin mo si Senator ganito pag itong nangyari, patayin mo si Congressman itong nangyari. So imagine, Your Honor, the anarchy, the disorder, and the use it would bring to our country. And number two, as a lawyer and being in the law enforcement, freedom of speech protects lawful expression, but it does not protect utterances that satisfies the elements of a criminal offense, like this one, Your Honor.